Anyway, guys, it's going to be a ZVT as Gretorp spawned as Zerg. I do believe that he picked random. It was Korean, so I did not know, but it's going to be a ZVT. Zerg, Andre in the left bottom side of the map, and aLive. Fnatic aLive in the right top side of this map.
All right. Gretorp playing Zerg against aLive. So ZVT on Daybreak. Now, I have to feel like, now he explained this strategy to me, Kev.
Yes.
And I have to feel like it's going to be harder to do on Daybreak because of the
distance.
The distance, exactly. Hydras are not very fast. Even on creep, they're not very fast.
Well, on creep they're pretty fast.
Yeah, they're as fast as a speed roach on creep.
Yeah.
So, but still, which is quite fast in retrospect.
This is very fast, man. It's faster than a blink stalk.
I like the YouTube video, the like Zerg documentary video where there's like the Hydralisk. He's like, Zerg units move faster on creep, and he moves and he's like super slow, and then he hits creep and he goes, whee.
One of my favorite comments I've read on, I think it was Reddit or maybe Team Liquid, either of the two. In a very, I think it was Reddit. Someone made a topic about that, and then they said, "What new unit are you looking most forward to in Heart of the Swarm?" And then the guy put a picture of the Hydra because he thinks they're actually going to be useful. I thought it was very fun.
That's a good joke as well. Hatch first out of Andre. He's just going to be droning up really hard now. Guys, I've played with Andre. I've played against Andre. I've talked to him a lot about strategy. He's a die-hard believer in macro. You're going to see him be gasless for quite some time. He'll probably make 4 queens and inject, spread creep, take a third base. I mean, all the kind of standard stuff that you expect. But what I'm trying to say here is he's not going to do some wonky cheese against aLive.
I wish that... I really wish that Andre was still a pro player and I was able to interview him once after one of his games at a tournament. Like, like if he's really like he lost a really close game, and then I would say like, would you agree that your third refinery was just a tiny bit too late? he would explode, man. That would be like the best television you've ever seen. Because guys, if you're not aware of this, do not question Andre's gas timings. He knows more about gas than anybody else out there.
Nobody studies gas in more expert detail than Andre Gretorp Hengshua.
He told me that in Brood War, Artosis and Tasas made fun of him for having like a 28-minute attack, which was based on one refinery running out.
And the thing is, that's not an exaggeration. That's just the kind of guy he is. He's very meticulous. He's very studious.
Normally, he's very good at math, besides the time when he said that 6 times 75 was $600. aLive is going to run across the map with 1 Marine. This might be the end of Gretorp.
Gosh, he's already forced to pull these 2 drones. And they're going to make the incredible journey.
aLive is like,
third base.
who the guy? aLive is like walking around right now. He's like, guys, why am I playing this game again?
Run, drones, no! Okay.
Andre doing a good job so far, keeping his drones alive.
Succeeds. Loses a little bit of mining time, but no actual damage taken there.
Did still not make a single set of links. Did not overreact.
Not at all.
How mean would it have been if aLive like 11-11 did?
Actually, Andre was coaching me through his ZVT build that I think we're about to witness. And he was like, all right, Ben, don't make any units, only make queens. And I was like, what if he 2-racks? And the guy didn't 2-racks, he did 3-racks all in. And I only made queens, and I still defended it. I was like, oh, pretty smart. Didn't make a single Zergling.
But 2 spine crawlers, right?
Yeah.
And right now we don't have a single spine crawler yet. 2 queens are actually making their way over across the map. It's going to be a proxy hatchery near the Delnaga Watchtower. Andre, is this really how you want to be remembered? Oh! Creep tumor? Oh! Close, but...
Very interesting there. Going to be spreading some fast creep right in the middle of the map. That's going to turbocharge his creep spread, Kev. I like this already. This is kind of silly, but creep spreads fast enough already. Yeah, I'm so fast, in fact, that Blizzard recently nerfed it.
So guys, are you still sure you want to see that casted tournament? This is one of the best playing casters out there.
And while he's doing this, he's taking his third base, dropping more creep, being very active with those queens, and building a lot of drones. Back in aLive's base, we see the standard third command center.
I wish this was played on LAN and they had like these player cameras in the booth. Like right when the Hellions like cruise around and they take this on and they're like, what the hell?
See aLive's face.
Who is this guy? It's Nasty!
How do you spread creep like that? Because I'm Nasty! Oh, man.
I wish I could see aLive's face right there. That would be the best. Yeah. He's going to be like, I've never seen anything like this. Like, what? Okay. What?
That is actually absurd.
Yeah.
Creep spread already. Like it's 7 minutes and he's in the middle of the map. This
He's
is
like, who is this guy?
freaking ridiculously fast creep spread. We'll see if it actually translates.
He's calling Wani right now. Get this guy on the team. He's like, we had him on the team, man. Get him back.
We actually fired him, Juan.
I was like, you made the biggest mistake of all time. Get him back right now.
Oh, economically, it's pretty close right now. Andre did make a couple of lings just to be safe against these Hellions, but he's being so active with the queens already.
Actually, he's like, hey, there's no creep over here. Well, that's odd. There's no creep over there either. This guy is so good. He does not only control the weather, he drops creep.
This is what happens in Heart of the Swarm when you can drop creep with an Evo chamber.
Alright, let's take a look at the main base. We can just see aLive. He's like, he stopped macroing after he saw that creep. He's like, man, I have no idea what's going on. It's scary. He has triple orbital, of course.
Right now, I'm picturing the dog meme of aLive sitting at his computer. I have no
I
idea
know
what I'm doing right now.
It's like aLive. aLive's dog. Or like aLive's dog, the chemist. I have no idea what I'm doing. It's like science glasses and a doctor's coat.
Oh, man. Lair is about halfway done for Gretorp. He's also throwing down a 4th hatchery. He's doing great on the macro side of things. 11 drones in production, adding some spine crawlers and spore crawlers for safety and detection. And aLive is still playing very macro-centric as well. 50 SCVs against 50 drones. It's going to be 60 drones here in just a couple seconds, though.
You know what that definitely did? Like, aLive is like, man, there's no way I can push against this guy. His creep spread is so good.
Man, you know, Kev, this creep is almost going to be denying the 4th base here.
Yeah.
And I think that's where the command center is going. Unfortunately, the lings are just a little bit slow showing up to
I
that
like this
party.
a lot by aLive, very smart.
Yep.
I think we don't see this often enough. Then we do have that Hydralisk then, but Siege Tank is already in production. These Zerglings are very, very trapped.
Yep, there's Hotel California. It's a joke we like to make in this situation where you can check out, but you can never leave.
Check in.
Exactly.
If you could check out.
If you could check out, you could leave whenever you wanted. It's not the Holiday Inn.
It's not hostile either. Imagine Zerglings checking in a hostile. Poor link.
Oh, man. So, interesting piece of trivia about Hydras. They actually die to the same number of siege tank shots as roaches. So, that's something that's a little bit deceptive about the Hydra. But finally, aLive does push forward and start working on this creep. Andre actually has no units right now, so I don't know how in the hell he's going to survive against this push.
He has 22 links, but he lost most of his links. The Hydralisk then is up, but he's not making them yet.
And
like,
even
what
throwing
is
down an
this guy
infestation there right now. Andre, if you're going to do something, you better do it quick, man. This is a scary looking push. There's the Zerglings. They're going to just kind of dance around for position, but miscontrolled there.
He has spines at every base there. Also spines in his natural as a nice little wall.
Looking kind of unassailable right now. No Hydras have been built at all, so the Hydralisk tech is going more or less unused. Creep spread's still very nice for Andre, but he's kind of backed off a little bit.
Hydra drop B right now, like just a big ass Hydra drop in the main base of aLive.
I have no idea. Kevin, I haven't seen a Hydralisk drop in ZVT ever, so I don't know what would happen in that situation.
We'll not be able to take that fight as a couple of additional Hellions did start streaming. Armory is going up for aLive Zor in his main base. Not a fight you're going to win, Andre.
He's forced to back off once again. Andre is still not really committing to any units that cost gas, Kevin. And knowing Andre, that's very
There's
intentional.
a reason for this.
He has a plan for his gas, as he is going to catch aLive here on the creep. aLive throws a stem down, but he's going to get completely surrounded. That's going to be a good fight for Gretorp, and beautiful Zergling micro there. As he swings around to the top, aLive with good positioning is actually going to live through this, but just barely.
Sick positioning indeed.
Those 4 Marines have seen hell.
Those 4 Marines were like the Marines in the trailer, like, we're not going to hold, we need backup. And then actually they did.
It's like Kerrigan when she's getting surrounded and stuff. Except they don't turn into the Queen of Blades, they live.
Their guns got upgraded to like golden guns.
Yeah, James Bond style.
Oh, imagine if Marines could have a golden gun upgrade.
Oh, there's nothing in position to deal with this drop, and Andre could be in some big trouble here. Flew right
Crawler
past the
and Queen.
medevac. But no units. Lings are streaming in, though. And the Marines can't really position there because of the swords.
Oh, Queen does die. Very unfortunate.
Throws down one last injection before.
10 infestors are on the way right now, so nothing like the Hydra. Why did he get the Hydralisk then? If he doesn't
Maybe for
Hydra?
Banshees. I mean, nothing kills Banshees faster than a Hydralisk, except maybe 2 Hydralisks.
21 drones are on the way for Andre. While he already has 70 drones right now. You can say a lot about him, but he is at least trying to make this a nice macro game.
Continues to search around for these drops as aLive stems forward to kill more of this creep. And oh, there's a nice fungal there, Gretorp, and he is going to kill all those Marines and lets the medevac go. Wants to save that infestor energy. Nothing wrong with that.
Would have been quite a bit of energy. He's going to reset Neuro Parasite already as well. Andre is playing this quite reasonably. He has a sick economy right now.
Great economy. New hatch up at the top of the map. And
aLive is on the way as well. Man, Andre is like outplaying aLive.
Oh, don't want to throw your lings away there, Andre. aLive still on just 3 bases, man. He's versus a 3-base Terran against, okay, 4-base Terran now against a 4-base, soon to be 5-base Zerg, as I'm sure Andre is going to be taking that middle expansion shortly.
Andre is so good in this game.
He is, man.
Actually, like for his Zerg, this is already very good. I would have died already 10 minutes ago. There's no doubt.
The first Hellion Marine push would have probably been the death of me.
That first Marine with the SCV would have been like, what's aLive? His Marines are so strong.
Good stuff here out of Andre, still playing pretty evenly here as Greater Spire is now on the way as Corruptors enter production. aLive is maxed. He's got a nice pre-Broodlord timing that he's probably going to try to hit right now. Andre is a great Terran player. I'm sure he's going to be preparing for this as we see those spine crawlers going down en masse. Still working to deny some creep. The one criticism I would make is Andre hasn't really made any effort to reestablish his creep after it was picked off, which is hard to do, man.
aLive has been pretty active about it.
He's been working really hard to deny that. Greater Spire halfway done, more infestors popping out. Andre a little low on gas, Kev, which surprises me.
No, that's actually not, like, because it all works out exactly for him in the long run. He has 2 upgrades, but aLive is already working on 3-3, so he doesn't have an upgrade.
It's timing. Now, aLive's going to be very cautious about moving on to creep, obviously.
Let's see if he ever listened to our cast, Ben. There is Greater Spire.
If you lose one, you're probably going to lose the other. There's a nice fungal there by Gretorp. Catches a couple units and then backs up. He's going to have to give up some position. The fact that there's not actually a mining base there is going to help him a little bit.
Andre has 23 lava saved though. Oh, careful with the infestors.
That's not good. Miss rally. 1 infestor, 3 infestors going down.
Oh, nice one.
At the same time, catches a big pack of bio. Kills some Marines. That's important. Broodlords are coming. Not a single Viking out on the map, by the way. This hatch is going to die, but the Broodlord's coming out. Andre's got a chance here, Kev. Now, this is still a very, very scary push. We see him in a nice defensive position on 3 different parts of the map. He's got to be so careful.
The infestors could come from the high ground right now and land 6 fungals.
Beautiful fungal on a lot of bio. That's going to prompt aLive to change his attack path a little bit. This slow push is really taking too much time. The Broodlords are now out, and Andre is gonna be alright, I think.
Very smart though with the Marauders. Picked off 1 infestor.
But here are the Broods, Kevin. These tanks are all gonna get crushed. Beautiful fungals again by Gretorp. This expansion's definitely in some trouble, but aLive. Oh, the Lings are gonna show up. And look at Gretorp jumps up to a 190 supply to 160 supply lead. aLive has no choice but to abandon this position out on the map. That Andre
Zerg. How crazy is that?
I'm feeling less bad about losing to his Zerg now upon seeing this. It was really close.
He's so well prepared everywhere. He has spine crawlers, has spore crawlers, has the ultimate army out right now. This is actually kind of a scary moment for aLive. Of course, aLive still has a very strong economy. 4 ghosts are on the way now as well. 6 infestors, 7 broodlords. I guess Andre is not in a position to really attack, but still, he's putting up a really great fight.
Yeah, he wants to make more infestors and broodlords, get a real Zerg sort of death army, and probably establish a 5th base. Oh, look at this! Catches a lot of building stuff, and is probably going to force some cancellations. Whereas, oh, that's a planetary, Andre. You're not going to be able to break that.
Going to lose a
lot of lings there. That's a bit wasteful. So first real mistake that we're seeing out of Gretorp. Look at the aLive. You're not repairing aLive. Oh, finally he reacts by pulling some workers.
It was on purpose. So he gave him the idea. Wow, Andre just also has infestors in good positions all around.
Really great map awareness. Clean up that, well, at least repel that drop. Clean up that drop. Man, Andre is playing excellent StarCraft right now. Now, aLive still definitely 100% in this game. Not even really, I wouldn't even call him behind.
aLive's going to research 4 nukes at once now. He's like, all right, you think you're nasty?
We'll see. We'll see if we'll see who has the better multitasking here as we enter the true late stage of this game. I think classically when you get to super late game ZVT on Daybreak, it gets hard for the Zerg player because it becomes so difficult to really attack through the 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock bases. First nuke might start falling here. Andre's going to see this, though. Immediately, Morse infested. Oh, Gretorp, why are you so good, son? Great catch. Kills the Ghost. I'm probably overreacting to something pretty small, but that was a big deal, man.
It was great. I mean, I guess he would have got it eventually. I hear another nuke going off. I hate spotting purple dots on...
There it is, right over the Broodlords, but again, Gretorp sees it and moves
it's a pretty close call. Good enough.
Broodlord's not as fast as the new Overlord.
One Link did die. And the Ghost almost died.
Lives to drop another nuke, but all of a sudden, aLive's going to have to contend with a very scary Zerg army. Oh, I'm surprised he didn't fight there. Don't back up into the nuke, Andre.
I think this is kind of a different, difficult situation, though. I don't think that Andre is going to win this in the long run. He's going to lose all of these drones right now.
Infestor! No, doesn't lose any Infestors.
21 drones. Massive nuke there for aLive.
Yep. Ghost is going to die to the fungal. Now, how many drones does Andre have?
60
60 still. I mean, it sucks losing those workers, but I don't. We're kind of approaching a stage in the game where it's not as big of a deal.
Yeah. Well, what I do think is a big of a deal that once you start playing against Terrans who literally have the entire map, or at least like their side of the map, and they're going to go up to 6, 7 orbitals, they're going to have 3, 4 star points. I think it's going to be very, very hard to get a good engagement against them later on.
Gotta love the play that we're seeing here out of Gretorp as he continues to play his off race deep into the late game against aLive. Broods are going to go ahead and come forward. There's a lot of Corruptors until Infestors. Oh, Corruptors being miscontrolled a little bit. They're going to have to back off. That fight definitely goes in favor of aLive. But Gretorp still sticking. Oh, nice EMP does land, but only on a single Infestor. Gretorp's doing a great job of keeping the Infestors back.
He would have only got that fungal on all those Vikings. This looks still scary, but the positioning of aLive is just so good.
Yeah, he's got a great position here. Oh, and there's the nuke going down. Does Gretorp see it? I don't know if he does, Kevin. This is a little bit scary. This is going to force him to really come forward and commit to this engagement. More fungals are going down, though. I don't know if this is that bad for Gretorp. He's going to catch all the Vikings. Where are the infested Terrans? They are still on the ground. Gretorp's going to break this position right now. He's got more Zerglings and Infestors coming forward. Ghost underneath everything. Oh, this is really close and a little bit hard to call.
Float Ghost dealing really a lot of damage right now. Great snipe
the lack of detection is really hurting Gretorp at this moment. The Ghost will eventually be able to deal, I think, with... No, the detection, they run out of energy. As really tense moments. 150 supply on both sides of the map. More bios stinning down. aLive with just a brilliant position right now. Gretorp trying to hold with everything that he has, but ultimately is forced to disengage. His macro also slipping a little bit there. Fungal does go down, and Lings are going to swarm.
Still such a close fight. I think he did really well. aLive right now is starting to stabilize. As Gretorp is going to try to go in one more time, but this is not a fight he wins.
Lose all these Infestors. I think you can really see that during all of that, his multitasking failed him ever so slightly. The macro falling off, his money spiking up really high. You can see that he probably missed a couple of injects there, but otherwise...
it's so hard to engage players like with the skill of aLive late game. They just do everything right. And it's funny because when aLive plays against a guy who's as good as aLive, it kind of looks like sometimes they make the wrong decisions. But as soon as they play against a guy that's just a tiny little bit better than against, they make all the right calls.
Yep. And Gretorp showing us a really, really nice game, but now he's forced to defend even with drones. He's going to have to give up this expansion. 11 Infestors are now on the way as Gretorp has jumped back onto the macro train, getting everything under control, getting his larva out.
He played so good, though. I'm so impressed with Gretorp. I mean, I know that Gretorp's Terran is capable of competing with the best, and of course there's always a difference between competing and winning, but that he's able to play this good with his Zergs, survive such a long time.
Great fungals there. He might be able to hold if those Infestors spawn up at that base. More Lings are going to stream in. aLive's going to lose some units here.
Going to lose mostly everything.
And, well, reinforcements are going to show up, and that's going to force Andre back once again. What a great game we saw from Gretorp, but I think ultimately aLive's got this one in the bag. He's maxed out. He's got a huge bank. And Andre just making the smallest slip up there in that engagement.
These Terrans, like these super high level Terrans, the moment they get into the phase where they add orbitals for fun and because they can, Andre says TT and 2 goals to GG, but still phenomenal play by Gretorp.
Beautiful game. I like the cute little hatchery in the middle there. That actually served a real purpose.
Yeah, of course, man.
Supercharged his creep spread.
Do you know how intimidated aLive was?
Just didn't attack at all.
He's like, I can't.
Oh, Andre's so sad. Get a microphone for this man. Come here, buddy. You played a great game.
I think you played really good, Andre. For your Zerg, I think that was fantastic.
That was pretty killer.
I'll tell you why.
Did you macro slip?
No, this is what happened. I was max for a while, and he started nuking me, and I don't know what the nuke sound is, so I thought I was being nuked every single second. Like that's the main reason why I didn't attack
Korean
you. So it was
client?
like, I was on Korean client, and I was just like, okay, I have the advantage. I know I have the composition advantage. I need to attack, and I could have sworn I made an Ultra Cavern for an Ultra switch.
I noticed that too, yeah.
And I was banking, and that's why I wasn't making any more corruptors, and I was going to swish in because obviously he's very
susceptible to that kind of thing.
No, you have to be Marine Viking heavy, and he was going ghosts. And when you're concentrating that much all over in your gas, there's no way to get Marauders in there. Gas times, bro. You see my Overlord? My first Overlord was just chilling over the natural. I was like, what are you doing? What are you doing, guy? But yeah, I had a huge advantage there, and I was like, oh, I forgot the Ultras Cavern.
Did you make a second infestation bid? I do that sometimes on accident.
No, I think I just forgot to make it. But I was good. I retained my infestors for the most part. I thought I was going to just max out and then win right there.
Creep spread is legit.
What do you think of that?
That was, dude, when you told me you proxy hatched that, I was like, why would you build it? But I didn't realize you cancel it.
That's so sick, right?
That's really smart.
Spanishiwa. Thanks to Spanishiwa. Don't thank me. That was actually him. But
good game, Andre.
Well, too good, man.
Very well played.
I think you played really good.
Excellent showing
right.
with your off race, no less. So, very impressive game there from Mr. Gretorp. Folks, he plays Terran most of the time.
Yes. So, guys, that was it for now. Keep a close eye on the NASL Facebook page, of course, because we're going to release all the information about the fan voting soon. Once more, if you're curious about all the players that qualified, Nerdcho, Bling, I'm going to have to cheat on this one. Nerdcho, Bling, TT1, Cats, Vibe, Heart, Wangzin, Johnny Rico, Select, aXLive, Crank, Sleep, Sleevka, Harstem, Kane, Suppy, Major, aLive.
And that is all.
And Gretorp is final boss.
that is the final list.